What is up, guys? I'm Banlist here for life, bringing you guys my take on the emergency ban list for June 12th, 2017. First off, I want to say I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please comment down below what you guys think of this new ban list, or what you guys think should have been hit, or what you guys think should have come back, possibly, and what you guys think could happen in the next ban list when it comes out, probably later in the fall, because from what I've been told, um, we won't be getting a new list till as early as August. So that'll be well after Nats and Worlds, and most likely after Link format starts. So until then, we just have to play with what we got, and let's get started. So we've got 6 cards that moved on the list, 3 that came back, and 3 that got hit. I'll even start on the cards that came back because honestly it doesn't affect me as much personally, and that is Pendulum Call, Skullcrab Joker, and the Magician. I have no idea what the full name is. I've never known what the full name is. I'm bad with that. I'm sorry. I've always been bad with Pendulum cards, which is really ironic because I'm now playing Magic Specters along with several other decks that I've been building. But it's a lot, you know, especially considering I just got back in the game a couple months ago, and I'm still readjusting to everything. I'm still getting used to everything, but I'm slowly learning more about the game now, and I'm getting more involved. I'm getting way off track with this video. That should be in another video. But anyways, excuse me. I apologize for that. Won't happen again. But Pendulum cards. I think Pendulum Magician, I believe, is the deck, or Performance Power Magician or something. Just that entire deck as a whole, I think it's gonna be a lot better now, especially with Skullcrab back at 3. I remember when it was first hit on that list, because I remember doing that ban list discussion video, and I was ecstatic about it. I was so happy that Pepe was gone. And now with this card coming back to 3, I feel like Pendulum decks are going to become an even bigger thing. I think whatever I don't, again, I'm not good with Pendulum, so I'm trying not to sound like an idiot with this sort of thing. But I know whatever Pendulum deck that used this card in, or that could use this card in now that it's back at 3, and with Magician back at 3, I think all of that, plus with cards like Duelist Alliance existing now, I just think all that together is just going to make this deck so much more insane, and I do believe it has a chance to take one of the top spots at the Nationals this year. I don't think it's going to be the top deck by any stretch. I think other decks are going to take that easily, but I just think it's going to be seen at Nats, and I think it's going to be one of the smaller decks that you're not really going to expect, but it's going to happen, and it's just going to jump in there out of nowhere. Or just going to steamroll right through and just take several spots. But that's basically my opinion on that. I just think Pendulum's just got that much better, and it's going to be seeing more topping in the near future, especially at Nats. So now we've got the Norden, Grassix Screener, and Terror Top that have been hit. Norden's banned is gone for good now, and I truly believe it's never coming back. Not just because of the hand loop, but because of the fact that it's basically a Monster Reborn, and it just okay, like I'll use Zodiac as the example because obviously it had the hand loop that made it that much insane. Just that alone, it's a huge turnoff, and that was definitely the final nail in the coffin, because for several formats everybody was talking about how Norden was going to go at some point. It was just a really good card that everybody played. It was just absolutely insane, and I'm just not surprised whatsoever that's finally banned now, especially after the hand loop was introduced, and the fact that Zodiac topped all 32 spots at the last YCS. That's absolutely insane. It blew my mind, and I'm very glad that we finally got this list to where Norton's gone and we don't have to worry about the loop anymore. Not to say that we don't have to worry about Zodiac, because there's no doubt in my mind Zodiac is still going to be a really good deck. I mean, we still have Rat Pair 2 and Barrage at 3, Dryden's still at 3. It's like, the deck's still really good. Like, people are going to find a way to make the deck even more powerful and just continue being absolutely insane with the deck. The deck's not dead, guys, by any stretch. The Lunalite, Zodiac loop, I know for a fact is done, but, or at least that part of the loop that made it just that much easier, is gone now with Norton being banned. But honestly, I think cards like Barrage or even Rat Pier probably should have been limited, just to guarantee that that loop is just gone for good, and the deck just, I feel like at some point I'm surprised that Barrage wasn't on this list personally. That's just my opinion. Or even Rat Pier maybe. I just think Rat Pier and Barrage are phenomenal cards in the deck. Easily makes the deck like just absolutely insane. But I mean, Norn's ban, everybody expected it. It was a long time coming, and I just don't see it coming back. Now we got Terror Top that's been limited. I'm surprised that it got limited now. I'm surprised it didn't get limited like by the time Link format actually did come out. And it would I thought it would have been limited along with like Gofu getting hit or something, especially with how great these cards would have been. I know for a fact that with Gofu still being out and when Link format comes around, that card's going to be insane to use. Everybody's probably going to be using it. And I feel like if Terror Top was still around at 3, people would be using the fuck out of that card too, because it was basically a tour out of our format, and it was easy to use that, get to our Link monster that much easier, so we can go into our extra deck a lot easier. It wouldn't have made sense as to why we should have kept Terror Top at 3, honestly. I'm really glad that it was limited. It was a really, really good card. I know the reason why it was limited was because of Zodiacs. First turn Invoker was nuts. But honestly, like any deck that plays rank 3s or gets off on rank 3s, they were automatically better. And if you were playing a deck that played a lot of rank 3s, you were probably playing Terror Top. I know if Terror Top was stuck around for this format, I would have easily started playing it in my Magic Specters just to get to my rank 3s a lot easier, for more protection. The deck itself is the card itself is just really, really good. And again, it's the same deal for me as it was for Tour Guide, for the fact that a lot of people were trying to play it, not just in Zodiac, but in other decks too. And especially after Link's format comes out, that card would have just been nuts to have. It needed to get hit. I'm surprised, to be like all honesty here, I'm surprised they got hit now, but I'm fine with the fact they got hit now. Just hitting it early, and now we don't really have to worry about that. The final card that got hit, which in my opinion is my favorite card on this list to have gotten touched, that Grasslick Schooner. I cannot begin to tell you how ridiculous 60 card decks are. And it's not like I don't have any personal beef with it, honest to God. It's just like, thinking about a card that can give you that much advantage because of one card is just ridiculous. It's like top decking Sixth Sense and Dragon Roars way back when. That was ridiculous. It was like opening Spellbook of Judgment when spellbooks were a big thing. Just no, like that shouldn't exist. Like that shouldn't have been a thing. Like that's not to me promoting 60 card decks. That's just making decks that rely on the graveyard as well as the hand infinitely better, because you're supplying the graveyard with so much stuff. Infernoids, Paleozoic Frogs, Light Swarms, just all of that. Even ABC started using it, and no. That card needed to get hit. I'm so glad it was hit. I'm a bit surprised they hit it this early. I wasn't going to talk about the fact that it was going to get hit this early because I didn't think they were going to get a list this soon. But I'm very glad that we got that card hit, and now after June 12th, we don't have to worry about it, which means by the time Nats rolls around, 60 card decks are going to be almost irrelevant. Although my personal opinion is I think there's going to be a couple of 60 card decks out there that's going to surprise people. They're just going to be throwing in left arm offerings so they can get to hand a lot easier. But, that's my personal opinion on it. I could easily be wrong. We just have to wait and see, play it by ear. Just, keep your eyes on, see what happens. So I do hope you guys enjoy this video. Please comment down below what you guys thought about this list and what you guys think could happen on the next list. What do you guys think is going to top Nats? What do you guys think is going to take the entire tournament away? I know we have regionals coming up shortly here before the new list comes out, so I'll probably be heading to that and getting a look at some of the decks at top. Maybe talk to Grish about potentially getting profiles for that to post to the channel for you guys. So I'm not going to make any promises there. We're going to play it by ear. But again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you all later. Bye.